Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare, Jai Jagadisha Hare. Kesava Gita Satvarira Jai Jagadisha Itiya Vipulakare Tishtati Tava Prishte Dharani Dharana Kinata Katarishte Kesava Gita Uma Sarira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Vipulakare Tishtati Tava Prishte Dharani Dharana Kinata Katarishte Kesavadita Kuma Sarira Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Dasati Dasana Sikare Dharani Tabalagna Sasini Kalaka Kabani Magna Kesavatita Sukara Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Asati Dasana Shikare Dharani Tabalagna Sasini Kalaka Kabare Padimagna Kesavadita Sukarupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Abakara Kamala Barina Kama Putar Agna Kalita Iraya Kashipu Tanupena Kesamageta Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Abakara Kamala Barena Kama Singa Kalita Iraya Kashipu Tanupena Kesamadeta Narari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Kalaya Sivigra Mane Kalim Adhuta Bhavana Pagana Kane Gajanita Jana Kesamadita Vamana Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Siddhi Ramane Bali Atutamamana, Adana Kani Gata Samadeta Bhavana Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Shyaruti Ramayuja Gata Apagata Papa Sapaya Sipaya Sisamita Bhavata Samadrita Trigupati Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Papa Sapaya Sipaya Sisamita Samadrita Trigupati Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Surane Vipati Kamaniya Asamukam Buddhivalim Ramaniya Samadrita Rama Sarira Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Surane Vipati Kamaniya Asamukam Buddhivalim Ramaniya Samadrita Rama Sarira Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Dasi Bhakusi Visati Dasanam Jaladava Alati Viti Vita Yamuna Samadeta Aladara Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Kusi Vishade Vasanam Jalatava Alati Vitayamuna Samadeta Aladara Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare, Sadaya Ridaya Dasita Pasudata Samadhita Uda Sarira Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Sadaya Jaya Samadrita Uda Sarira Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Hare, Jai Jagadish Jale Jale Vani Jale Kalaya Sikara Bala Tumake Tumiva Kimati Ati Kala Sabadeta Kaki Sarira Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Chale 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 kalaya sita para Tumake tumhi bate mati kara Sabadeka Kake Sarira Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jaya Devi Jai Kamuni Pudara Sino Sukadam Sukadam Vapasaram Samadeta Vidarupa Dasavidarupa Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Shivaya Deva Srima Sukadam Samadeta Dasavidarupa Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Oh Krishna Bhagavata Ramana Rupa Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Krishna Bhagavata Ramana Rupa Jai Jagadish Jai Jagadish Nitya Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitya Hari Nitai Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitya Hari Bo Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Paribhakacharya Srila Seshadripuram Esi Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jaya Vishnupa Paramahansa Paribhakacharya Srila Seshadripuram Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki His Father Choice Srila Prabhupada ki Nama Choice Haridas Thakur ki Sri Vaman Dev ki Jai Vaman Dev Avibhav Titi ki Jai Appearance of Lord Vaman ki Jai Gopi Malande all glory to the seven devotees, all glory to the seven devotees, all glory to the seven devotees, all glory to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru Guru. Gurave Gurajkan Chandalaya Radhika Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tabhataya Namo Agyana Timindasya Ganangana Salakaya Chaksusmita Yena Tasma Sri Gurave Sri Chaitanya Manobhishta Stapita Yena Bhutale Sayurupa Kadama Yendadati Swampadantika Vandeha Sri Gurajita Parakamala Sri Guru Vaishnavascha Serupa Sagyata Sagala Raghunata Agyata Sajivan Sadaita Savaduta Parajana Sahita Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva Sri Radha Krishna Parasagana Lalita Sri Vishakabhita Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tata Kantana Gaurange Radha Vrindaneswari Visavana Sutadevi Namami Hari Priya Vanchakapaturavyascha Kripasya Patitana Pavanavedu Vaishnavedu Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namani Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Pashtadesh Namo Mahabhutanyaya Krishna Prima Padayate Krishna Krishna Chaitanya Namani Purati Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Ananda Lila Maya Vigraha Imagada Vichabhisudha Tasma Maha Prema Rasapada Chitana Charyana Manam Sati Sati Charyana. So I thank everyone for being here this morning, especially the auspicious appearance day of Lord Brahman Day for Appearance Day. So the appearance day of the Lord is always very, very auspicious. Of course, there are so many incarnations of the Lord, of Lord Krishna. Here, Jade Goswami, at the beginning of his Gita Govinda compositions, so he had mentioned 10 incarnations. He composed prayer for 10 incarnations, and at the end of each line, they say, all glories, all glories to the Lord of the universe. So here, it's kind of interesting that the Jade Goswami mentioned only 10 incarnations. But the Lord has so many incarnations. He mentioned that the Lord has, as many species are there are so many incarnations of the Lord. Bhagavatam only mentioned maybe about 30 of them, but it's at least 30. Kuma Avatar, Haigrava Avatar, Rishabhadeva Avatar, so many incarnations are there. But the main reason, of course, why Jadev specifically mentioned this 10 is actually served as a meditation for the beginning of his composition of Gita Govinda, which is all about describing Krishna's loving affairs with the gopis of Vrindavan. So therefore, as sort of meditation to remove all kinds of obstacles in our meditation on Lord Krishna's divine pastimes with the gopis of Vrindavan. So Jadev Goswami composed these 10 prayers at the beginning of the of his writing of Gita Govinda. So basically, any devotional activities that we have to perform, be it either be literary compositions or whatever devotional activity, then we always have to pray for auspiciousness before we begin anything. Just like before we begin classes, we always say that again, a tremendous Yana Gana Salakaya, Chastubuta Yena Tasmai. Shugravi Nama, that yes, that I was born in the ocean of ignorance, but the spiritual master kindly opened my eyes with the ointments of knowledge. So therefore, we're able to see because the Guru opens our eyes by smearing on our eye and putting ointment on our eye. If somebody is blind, you put the ointment so that the person can see. So today is the appearance of Lord Vamandev. Vamandev avatar is very, very popular avatar. Very, very popular. Vaman, the word means, Vaman means dwarf, very small, dwarf. That's Vaman. The Lord appears as Vaman, kind of dwarf like this, not too tall. In Sanskrit, Vaman means dwarf, and the opposite of Vaman is Unnata. Unnata means tall. But the Lord didn't come as tall, he came as Vaman, because he wanted to relish a certain pastimes. You know, Bali Maharaj, he was very, very charitable, and he was a great follower of the Brahmins. He worshipped the Brahmins. Now, you could say because Bali Maharaj is a demon, he's a demon. After all, he was a descendant of Hiranyakashipu. So he was a descendant of Hiranyakashipu. So which means he will have all the qualities of Hiranyakashipu. But it's so interesting that in the old days, the ancient days, that a person can be demoniac, but at the same time, they still have affection for the Brahmins. So very, very interesting that somebody can be demoniac, but they still have, some feeling towards the Brahmins. They worship the Brahmins. Why? Because they know that Brahmins have power. So therefore, they worship Brahmins. Because nowadays, that doesn't happen nowadays. The demons nowadays, they don't care for anything. They rather persecute the Brahmanas instead of respecting the Brahmins. So, but of course, the Bali Maharaj is not just being a demon, but he was also a descendant of Prahlad Maharaj. He was also a descendant of Prahlad Maharaj. He was the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj is the topmost devotee of the Lord, Prahlad Maharaj. And being a devotee of the Lord, the specific promise is that any descendant of a devotee will always be in a safe environment, will always be safe, liberated by the Lord. When Lord Nrsimhadev asked Prahlad Maharaj for a boon, for a benediction, so Prahlad said, no, I don't want anything. I'm not a merchant. I'm not serving you because I want something. But my only desire will be if you can just be merciful to all these ignorant demons, including my father. If you can just be merciful towards them and liberate them from this ocean of ignorance. This was the only request of Prahlad Maharaj. It's not that when the Lord asked him for a boon, and Prahlad Maharaj said, oh, this is a great opportunity. Now I want a big house, nice wife, this, No. Devotees do not make such requests from the Lord. They request for bhakti, to be able to have unalloyed, loving devotional service unto the Lord. So the Lord promised that not only will your father be liberated, but the Lord said the 21 generations in the past and 21 generations in the future will all be liberated. So which means a devotee is actually the asset of the family. Is asset to the family. Because sometimes when, just like many of us, when we left our family and we came to join Christian consciousness movement, so it was a big calamity to the family. Said, what have you done? Why are you leaving your family? Why are you leaving your family to go and join the Hare Krishnas? Why are you doing that? What benefit are you going to get? So, they will give you so many pathetic words. Why you shouldn't join? But actually, when someone becomes a devotee, remember, the family gets great benefit, but they don't know. They don't know that the family gets a great benefit. It's not that, now I've done my education, I've graduated from IIT, now I have to start working now so that I can provide for my father, mother, relatives. I have to start working out. Because after all, they look after me, they raise me up, they give me education. Now I have to pay back by working hard. Also be taken after them. This is everyone's mentality. But when a devotee give up the family affairs, society, and become a devotee of Krishna, such a devotee actually gives the greatest benefit to the family. Not just family, the generation of the family, 21 generations. You get there, especially when you become a pure devotee. He mentioned that a Kanistadikari we get, which means somebody who just on a lower level, we get 7 generations. They will get benefit. And in Madhyamadikari is 14 generations. And Uttamadikari is 21 generations. You can see. So anybody get benefited when someone become a devotee. Everyone, the whole family member, the whole generations, both in the past and the future, they all get benefited. So Prahlad Maharaj was the topmost devotee of the Lord. So obviously, all his descendants, they all get benedicted. So Bali Maharaj was a great demon because he was able to chase out the demigods out of their palaces, out of their kingdom. He chased them all out. Actually, the demigods, they had to run away because they knew that, yes, Bali Maharaj, he had gotten the benedictions of the Brahmins. Because Bali Maharaj, he worshipped the Brahmins so much, so the Brahmins in turn, they gave him all kinds of benedictions. They gave him all kinds of benedictions. One demigod gave him a conch shell. They gave him so many items, which is by which make him undefeatable. It's not that the Brahmins don't know that Bali was a demon, they know. But the Lord has his way. The Lord has his way. Because first of all, the demigods, they were so proud of their position. They were so proud. One time when his guru, Bhrigu Muni, he was coming, was his guru or Brihaspati? So he was, he saw his disciple was Indra. So Brihaspati was affectionate to his disciple. So he took his garland and put it on the neck of Indra. And Indra became so puffed up, so proud, that he took the garland and put it on his avatar, his elephant. So the elephant became annoyed. So he threw the garland away and trampled it with his feet. So trampled with his feet. So the guru Brihaspati became, this is the puffed up because of material prosperity. Therefore, he caused Indra that you're going to lose everything. That you, demigod, will lose everything. So normally in those days, there's always a time when the demons are prominent and at the time when the demigods are prominent. So normally, the demons become prominent because when the demigods become weak, then the demons become prominent. Because the demigods and the demons, normally they live on different planets. They don't live on the same planet. So in this particular situation, so because of his offense to his guru, Indra and all his demigods crew, so they became weak and they lost everything. So the demons became very, very powerful. It's a long story. So anyway, after the demigods, they've been chased out of their abode. So now they come to their senses. Now they went to pray to Lord Vishnu to help them out, to help them the situation. After all, the demigods, they have to rule the planet. And if the demons are in charge, it's not good for the universe if the demons are in charge. Because the demigod is supposed to represent they are the Lord's ministers. They are in charge of different affairs. Whereas demons, they just want to enjoy themselves. They just want to enjoy. So the demigods, they went to pray to Lord Vishnu. So please help them out, to help them out of the situation which they are in. So the Lord said, okay, I'm going to make my appearance. I'm going to appear, and I'm going to help you to regain your kingdom. So then the Lord appeared as the son of Kashyapa and Aditi. And he came as a younger brother of Indra. So his other name is called Upendra. Upendra means the younger brother of Indra. So when there are so many ceremonies, there are about 5 or 6 chapters in the 8th canto of Bhagavatam, whereby all the pastimes of Lord Brahman were described. It's a long chapters. So I'm just going to read some verses. So Bali, he wanted to perform a very big sacrifice. He wanted to perform a very big sacrifice. And in this sacrifice, he had invited all the Brahmanas to come. And he has invited all the Brahmanas from all over the universe, telling them, and because the Brahman, they know that Bali, it's a great charitable giver. It's great charity. No one can match him in the affairs of giving charity. So all the Brahmanas, they all started walking towards Bali's palace. His palace was in the heavenly planet. So they all started walking towards his palace. And Bali and the Brahman also, he also decided to join the Brahmanas, walking with the Brahmanas to the Bali's palace. So as they were walking, and all the Brahmanas, they saw this dwarf, this small Brahman, walking along with them, and they started making fun of him. They said, look at this guy, look at this tiny thing walking along with us. And this Brahman, they are very, very tall. In those the Brahmanas, they are like several feet tall, like maybe even 100 feet tall. It's only on this planet that people now in this Kali Yuga, people are short. Normally in the previous ages, people are very, very tall. Not to talk of in the higher planets, much taller. So but when they saw this small Brahman walking along with them, they just even their leg is taller than Brahman's leg. Brahman height, their leg, because they are like giants. So as they were walking, whenever they reach a situation, a particular situation, and then they will immediately see Brahman in their front. They will see him in their front. So sorry, can you give me this? So they become amazed. They say, how come this Brahman, this Brahman is in front of us? We're supposed to left him way behind, but he's in front of us. And then they will start walking again. When they reach a certain stop where they want to stop, again, Brahman will be in their front. Said, hey, here I am. Because Bali Maharaj will give the first Brahmana that he sees. He will award that first Brahmana the highest charity. So all the Brahmanas, they are very, very eager to get to Bali's palace. But they are working with Vaman Dev. They think that it's going to lift it, but again, he was always there in front. So ultimately, Vaman reached the palace of Bali. So of course, when Bali saw Vaman, he was so mesmerized by his beauty. He's very, very beautiful. After all, it's God, it's the Bhagavan. But Bali didn't know that it's God. It was his guru who told him that this is Vishnu. He just come here to trick you. But when Vaman saw, when Bali saw Vaman, he was so attractive, was so attracted to him, and then he gently invited him to his sacrificial, arena. And also at that time, also Bali's daughter, she also she became very, very attracted to Vaman, such a beautiful boy, that she actually have so much desire to say, oh, I wish this boy could be my son. And I will give you so much love. When he said this Brahman, he said, I wish he's my son. But later on, after Bali lost everything, and Vaman burned him, so this daughter became angry. He said, oh, I want to kill him. So now in the future incarnation, because of this thing, one incarnation she was Supanaka, Putana? No, because somebody said Putana. No, because she became Kubja. So she could not be Putana because it was the same pastor. Somebody said it was Supanaka or something like that. And then because she became Kubja, because she wanted to release that the desire which she had before when she saw Vaman, so the affection dealing with Vaman. So that was fulfilled when during the Kubja, when Krishna met Kubja. I think that's the way I understood it. So anyway, when Bali saw Vamandev, he asked me, oh, my dear Brahman, yes, so it's I'm very, very much privileged to see you here. So ask me what you want. Ask me for anything. Ask me, and I know you're brahmachari. You want to marry, I'm ready to give you hundreds of beautiful maidens, beautiful girls. I want to give you, since you're brahmachari. Anything you want, ask me. You want a village? You want a planet? Ask me. I'm ready to give you anything you want. But the Brahman said, no, I just want 3 pieces of land. I just want 3 pieces of land. And he said, you're so intelligent. I'm the controller of the whole universe. I can give you anything. And you ask me for 3 pieces of land? What will 3 pieces of land do for you? So, but then the Brahman replied that a person who cannot be satisfied with the 3 pieces of land, even if you give him the whole planet, still he will not be able to satisfy. Still he will not satisfy, even if you give him this the whole planet. So, and then Bali was ready to fulfill the desire of Vaman. So here in the Bhagavatam, 8 Canto, chapter 8, text to chapter 19. So Sukadev, because I just read the summary of Srila Prabhupada. He said, this 19th chapter describes how Lord Vamandev asked for 3 pieces of land in charity, how Bali Maharaj agreed to his proposal, and how Sukracharya forbade Bali Maharaj to fulfill Lord Vamandev's request. When Bali Maharaj, thinking Vamandev to be the son of a Brahmin, told him to ask for anything he liked, Lord Vamandev praised Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha for their heroic activities, and after thus praising the family in which Bali Maharaj had been born, he begged the king for 3 pieces of land. Bali Maharaj agreed to give this land in charity, since this was very insignificant. But Sukracharya, who could understand that Vamandev was Vishnu, the friend of the demigods, forbade Bali Maharaj to give this land. Sukracharya advised Bali Maharaj to withdraw his promise. He explained that in subduing others, in joking, in responding to danger, in acting for the welfare of others, and so on, one could refuse to fulfill one's promise, and there will be no fault. By this philosophy, Sukracharya tried to dissuade Bali Maharaj from giving land to Lord Vamandev. So this chapter is full of lessons you can learn about how one should remain truthful to his words. And there's a lot of conversation that goes on between Bali and his guru. So this is one of those great chapters of the Bhagavatam. Of course, every chapter of Bhagavatam, you are great. So I'll just read some verses from chapter 19. Ite vairu chane vakyam dhamma yuktam sasunritam samya bhagavan prita patinandye dhamma pravit. Translation: when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vamandev, heard Bali Maharaj speaking in this pleasing way, he was very satisfied. For Bali Maharaj had spoken in terms of religious principles. Thus, the Lord began to praise him. So in this chapter, Sukracharya tried to discourage Bali Maharaj to fulfill his promise of giving 3 pieces of land. He tried to discourage. But Bali Maharaj said no. First of all, I made my promise, and even if it's Vishnu, if I have to give everything for the sake of Vishnu, after all, the scripture said that everything should be given to Vishnu only. The scripture said. So you can see that Bali Maharaj, even though he was born from a demoniac family, but he was a devotee. He was a devotee to the extent that he became one of the Mahajans. There are 12 Mahajans, and Bali Maharaj is one of them. Mahajans are the one that broadcast the path of religion, the path of following how to become a devotee of the Lord, the Mahajans. And they said, the scripture said, Mahajana Yanakata Satmanta, that yes, one should follow the path of the Mahajans. Now, of course, it doesn't mean that if they say that we should follow the path of Mahajans, and Bali was a demon who became a devotee, does that mean that I should become a demon first before maybe I can become like Bali Maharaj? First for become a demon. No. What they are teaching, that's what we have to follow. Not what they have done. Because what they have done, we may not be able to execute that. But they are teaching, what they are giving, that we have to follow. That's what they meant. Mahajana Yunakata Sapanta, we have to follow, not to imitate. It's two different things, two differences between following and imitation. For example, just like Lord Shiva, for example, he drank the ocean of poison. He drank the ocean of poison, the whole ocean. And he was able to keep the poison within his neck. That is Lord Shiva. Can we imitate Lord Shiva? Just because he drank the ocean of poison, we should also try to drink the ocean of poison, or 1 cup of poison. You will immediately die. But we have to follow his teaching because Lord Shiva is Mahajan. So we have to follow his teachings. The path of religion, that's what we have to follow. So Bali Maharaj was one of the Mahajans, and he's constantly broadcasting the glories of the Lord. In the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Srila Sanatana Goswami he glorified Bali Maharaj, and how especially, and because of his devotion, because of his dedication to the Lord, even the Lord became his bodyguard. The Lord became Chokidar of Bali Maharaj in the lower planets. So in the lower planet, Bali is there, and the Lord is there as his bodyguard eternally. The Lord is there because the Lord won, because of his affection for his devotee. So, Shibhagavanu Vacha, now Lord Vaman is talking now. Vacha Stavaita Janan Deva Sunritam, Klochitam Damayutam Yasaskaram, Yasya Pramanam Vigavasam Paraye, Pitamaha Kula Brita Shantaha. The Supreme Personality of God said, O King, you are indeed exalted because your present advisors are the Brahmanas who are descendants of Bhrigu, and because your instructor for your future life is your grandfather, the peaceful and venerable Prahlad Maharaj. Your statements are very true, and they completely agree with religious etiquette. They are in keeping with the behavior of your family, and they enhance your reputation. So Srila Prabhupada said, Prahlad Maharaj is a vivid example of a pure devotee. Someone might argue that since Prahlad Maharaj, even though very old, was attached to his family, and specifically to his grandson, Bali Maharaj, how could it be an ideal example? Therefore, this verse uses the word prashantaha. A devotee is always sober. He is never disturbed by any conditions. Even if a devotee remains in Grihastha life and does not renounce material possessions, he should still be understood to be prashanta, sober, because of his pure devotion to the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said, Kiba Vipra Kiba Nyasi Sudakinoi, Yesh Krishna Tata Bheta Sai Guru Hoy. Whether one is a Brahmana, a sannyasi, or a Sudra, regardless of what he is, he can become a spiritual master if he knows the science of Krishna. From Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 8:1-8. Anyone completely aware of the science of Krishna, regardless of his status in life, is a guru. Thus, Prahlad Maharaj is a guru in all circumstances. Here, his lordship, Vamandev, also teaches sannyasis and brahmacharis that one should not ask more than necessary. He wanted only 3 pieces of land, although Bali Maharaj wanted to give him anything he wanted. Just like the process of Madhukari, by which the sannyasis normally perform. Madhukari is a process whereby Just like the honey, take a little bit of thing from different trees. So normally Madhukari is sannyasi who's practicing Madhukari. If you go from house to house begging alms, but you only collect just a little bit. Not that, especially if you happen to meet a rich person, say, oh, now you cannot give me as much as you can. No. A sannyasi who's practicing Madhukari, we go from house to house and just collect just a little bit of items. And whatever I collect that particular day, that's what he will use to sustain himself. And he cannot collect for more than what is needed for that particular day. Lord Krishna is explaining this nicely in the Uddhava Gita, 11 Canto Bhagavatam, of how a sannyasi has to go, how he has to go and collect charity. And he cannot, whatever it's, he can only collect enough to sustain for that particular day. Not he cannot keep for the next day. He cannot have a storage room, only for that particular day only. So therefore, one's renunciation can be fully established that way. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is saying here, that the sannyasi is a brahmachari, should not ask for more than necessary. So just as Vamandev only asked for 3 pieces of land. And being a Vaman, 3 pieces of land, how much can it be? How much can the 3 pieces of land be? For a dwarf, the leg is so tiny. So 3 pieces of land is just a little circle. But of course, the Lord is Vyam, is the supreme. We're going to hear as we read through Bhagavatam, after Bali granted the request of 3 pieces of land, and the Lord, even though it was Brahman, by extending his leg, one leg, he covered the whole universe. By extending one leg. And by extending another leg, he covers all the planetary system everywhere, covers. So much so that there's nowhere else to put his third foot. Nowhere else to put his third foot. Now, Bali became like someone who's unable to fulfill his promise, because the Lord asked for 3 steps of land, but he has only covered only 2 steps, by which all the planets, everything is completely covered already. So where's he going to put his third foot? Now, because Bali is a surrender devotees, he has become a great devotee just by the virtue of his heritage. He said, my dear Lord, you can put your leg on my head. I offer my head where you can put your third step. So in this way, the process of surrender, complete dedication, without giving up, without anything. So this was demonstrated by Bali Maharaj. So we will continue in the afternoon. That is how the Lord became satisfied with Bali Maharaj and how the Lord gave him a benediction. So thank you very much. Is there any question? Question or comments? Some corrections? Want to make some correction? Okay. Hare Krishna. Somebody want to ask some question? Oh, they ask me whether you can speak. Yeah, that way. You can conquer the whole world. There's one devotee in America. Yeah. There's one devotee in America, in the city of Atlanta. This devotee has become like a gigantic book distributor. Gigantic. Yeah, exactly. So this devotee distributed almost 4,000 books in one day, just a few days ago. Distributed 4,000 books in one day. He was in a devotee. It's not that he was using any trickery. This devotee in America, he distributed 4,000 books in one day. Just going person to person. It's not that he sold at wholesaling person. No, this is going from person to person and distributed 4,000 books in one day. This devotee has become famous, like the new incarnation of a book distribution. If you do that, if you're young brahmacharis, you do that, then you can easily conquer the whole world with Krishna consciousness. They are not asking questions. People didn't, I don't know why they don't ask questions. They're not asking or they're not commenting. Oh, they want to see Brahman. Well, you have to have a spiritual eye to see Brahman. Yeah, that was later. They gave a lot of blessings when he appeared. Yeah, everybody was giving, all demigods were giving something. Somebody gave him a Brahman thread, umbrella, different demigods were giving. It's a long narration. I'm going to cover so many chapters in one hour class. Just mention some little bit of pastimes of Lord Brahmandev. It's very, very, yes. Huh? Bali Maharaj is one of the Mahajans. Bali Maharaj is one of these Mahajans because of his surrender. Some people surrender everything completely, nothing. So total surrender. So he's Atmanivedan. So he became one of the Mahajans. There are 12 Mahajans, and Bali Maharaj is one of them. There are many great devotees. It's not that he's greatest. He's a great devotee. He became a great devotee. Overlooking his demoniac heritage. Overlooking that. Just like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakashipu. He became the greatest devotee of the Lord, dear devotee of the Lord. And it's because of him the Lord came to kill Hiranyakashipu. So many great devotees are there in our tradition. And we can always read about their pastimes and how we can follow them. They show us by their own example how we can become devotees. All the different pastimes that we read in Bhagavatam, it's all about giving us example on how we can become devotees. So Bhagavatam is full of so many narrations of different devotees. So we read about them, we follow them. We follow them, we become great devotees also. We cannot become Vamandev. We can become the servant of Vaman. We don't become God, we become servant of God. Vaman is Bhagavan, is God. Another question, another points? Yeah.
Was a pure devotee, but at the same time he was a demon.
No. He was a demon before becoming pure devotee. There had been the seed of practice already within him. You see the bad thing about it, because even though he was fighting with the demigods, defeating them, but it was never disrespectful to the Brahmins. He was never antagonistic towards the Brahmins. He was always charitable towards the Brahmins. As a matter of fact, it was Bregu, who was the chief priest of his sacrifice. It was Bregu. So he was always very charitable to the Brahmins, very, very charitable. So which means if somebody can be charitable to the Brahmins, they still cannot be devotee. Just like I think it was just like Jarasandha. Jarasandha was a big demon. But he was very charitable to the Brahmins. That's why when Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima, they dressed as a Brahmins and they went to the palace of Jarasandha. So when Jarasandha saw the three Brahmanas coming, he was very, very happy to receive them. He said, "Oh, Brahma, welcome to my palace." Even though he was a big demon. He was a friend of the Kamsa. And then he asked them that, what do you want? Ask for any charity that you want. Asking and telling Krishna, Arjuna, and Bhima that ask whatever you want for charity. So then Krishna said that actually, yes, we want to ask you, we want to fight with you. So, and then Jarasandha said, well, I know that you guys, you're fake Brahmins, not you're Kshatriya, I know you're fake Brahmin. But I worship Brahmanas. So therefore, I know you're fake Brahmanas. So, and then eventually Bhima fought and killed Jarasandha eventually. So many Brahmins, many demons are there, but still, many of them, they are very, very devoted to the Brahmins. So, and that's why, because right from the beginning of creation, there's always two types of people, demoniacs and non-demoniac. The demons and the demigods and the demons, right from the beginning of creation. Always there, right from the beginning of creation. And those who are divine, the demigods, they worship Lord Vishnu. And those who are not those who are demoniac, they don't. They're actually they're like the enemy of Vishnu, but see, they respect the Brahmins because they know the Brahma Teja, the power of the Brahmins. In those days, Brahmins are very, very powerful, and now Brahmins have no power in this age of Kali. Does that answer your question? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, according to the Puranic narrations, there's always demons. Brahma created the demons. Brahma created them. Brahma created demons. Huh? And they attack him. They run after Brahma, so Brahma has to run away from them. So Brahmaji created the demons. So it's not that the Hiryakashipu, they are not the first demons. There's always been demons, but they don't live on the same planet with the demigods or with the Brahma. They have their own planet. They have their own planet where they live. Now it's not like this in Kali Yuga, the demons now, they live within us, within the same body. The divine quality is not living within the same body. So you can find part of you is demoniac and part of you is divine. We have quality like envy, pride, all these things. These are demoniac qualities, which we have. So both demons, demoniac quality and divine qualities is within us. Whereas in the previous ages, it's not like that. They either live in a different planet or live in different cities. But not, but now it's within the same body. So that's the thing. Yeah, because he was a devotee, because he was previously Kenchitaketu previously. Huh? So he was Kenchitaketu, but because of his offense to Bhati, so he became demon.
Because he's being supported by Krishna most. Even though Indian girls did so many things.
Yeah.
You see, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna.
Yeah.
He's considered Amsa Indra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like Indra is too interested in philosophy or anything.
No. Indra means senses. Indra means senses.
But the idea of sense gratification is usually connected with divine.
Well, because Indra, in that position, that heavenly position, is the king of heaven and is the king of all the demigods. So, just like from time to time, he becomes proud of his position. He becomes clouded. Yeah. I mean, normally he's a devotee. Indra is a devotee, but it's a mixed devotee. So therefore, he always, from time to time, he get bewildered, and then the same gratification become overpower him. That's how he become offensive to his guru. Otherwise,
you said both demoniac and divine qualities can be the same point.
Yeah.
So it is in Indra also.
But we cannot say that it's in Indra, because Indra is, after all, the Lord incarnate only because of Indra. Indra, the Lord comes because of enemy of Indra. Whenever there's enemies of Indra, the Lord will incarnate himself. So, just like Upendra was a brother of Indra. So Indra is a devotee, but he had this position of being the manager of the planets. So therefore he become intoxicated sometimes. So when you get intoxicated, so you get chastised by this intoxication, so you lose everything, so the Lord has to come and rescue me again. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. It's one step in the future. Yeah, exactly. One step in the future. Yeah, that's the thing with Indra. So
because initially people when they read Bhagavatam, so many ideas coming up. It's like a little bit clouding them. Different cars, so many different things. So Brahma getting attacked by
by his own children and his own sons, they were attacking him. So he had to run away. So the position of Indra is very delicate position, because he gets overwhelmed by his power, by his enjoyment. Whereas Brahmaji or Brahmaji, Shivaji, they never like that. They always remain at the top. They never affected by the lower modes. Whereas Indra or the demigods, they get affected by that. So,
is there kind of a varnashram?
No. Actually, all the demigods, they're actually Brahmins. No, they're Brahmins. Yeah, it was a son of Kashyapa. Son of Kashyapa. They are administrators of the universe. But they are not Kshatriyas, they are Brahmins. Yeah, but they are, because they are never described as being Kshatriyas. Because there's no Varnashram in the Evolution. Because Varnashram is going to have Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. There's no such thing in the heavenly planet. There, it's a place of enjoyment, it's a place of where where you get the fruit of all your work. You know, you act nicely, you go to heaven and enjoy yourself. So there's no Vanasham there. There's no Vanasham there. We have Vanasham only in this planet. This planet. Actually, there was an interesting conversation when in the Vaikuntha Dam, Gopal Kumar, he had reached Vaikuntha Loka, and then he was in the palace of Narayan. Actually, he was in the Krishna in Dwarka Dam, in Dwarka. So that time when, and then Uddhava was having a conversation with Narada Muni. In that conversation, Uddhava was saying that, oh, we are Kshatriyas, and this and that, and we have to maintain. And then Narada Muni was surprised, said, oh, what do you mean you're Kshatriyas? This is spiritual. You say, call yourself a Kshatriya here? So Uddhava said, yes, because sometimes the Lord wants to execute certain things in the material world. So therefore, you always maintain this Kshatriya, Kshatriya mode. So sometimes, but in reality, in the spiritual world or the heavenly planet, there is no other. Maybe for the sake, because there's no Vaishya there. Maybe by their activities, you may call it Kshatriya because administrator, but there's no like because there's no tax. They don't collect tax. They collect tax only from the Vaishyas, but there's no Vaishya there, and there's no Sudra there. So how can you really call it a Vanashram? You can no Kshatriyas, no Vaishyas and no Sudra. Maybe some Kshatriya duties may be there. But how did they may go? They were born from Kashyapa Muni. Kashyapa Muni is Brahman. Is it? What do you think? What do you think? What's your idea?
I didn't get your explanation before you get to the conclusion. That was from where? You're saying some explanation. There is no Buddha, there is no Vaishya, you mentioned that.
Yeah, no.
Before that, you were saying two sentences. That was from where is
I
all
was talking something from Uddhava and Narada Muni. Sometimes I was talking about Uddhava and Narada Muni. This was in the Briya Bhakta by Sanatana Goswami. Sanatana Goswami was writing this in the Briya Bhakta Meter. This is just describing another flavor of the Lord's pastime, another flavor whereby just describing is that sometimes the Lord has a feeling of being a Kshatriya.
Everybody is supposed to be here.
Yeah, everyone is here.
So in the sun planet, we don't know what kind of living things are there. So different planets have different set of living things.
Yeah, but in the sun planet, because what's his name? Suryadev, that is the son of what's his father? But Suryadev is a Brahman. The other demigods, those who are rulers, they are Brahmins because of their virtue of their descendants, virtue of where they come from.
Historically, there is two qualities coming, one from the sun and one from the moon. In India, at least that's the concept.
That is only within this material world. Only within this. Only within this planet. You have a chance.
When they come here, maybe they follow the work.
Yeah, of course they follow when they
come here, they are following. The Surya doesn't come here very famous.
Yeah, very famous. But both Surya and Chandra, Chandra is a son of Indra. Chandra is a son of Indra. Surya also, but Chandra definitely is son of Indra. Chandra is a son of Indra.
Discussion. It's discussion. What's the title? What's the discussion?
Well, they are talking about this when they were describing how how Gopal Kumar, who had reached the spiritual world, I was not satisfied because he was unable to exchange ras with Krishna here. So that's how the description.
Statement sometimes that there is no system. What system they have?
I've never read it in any scripture. There's no Vanashram in the heavenly planet. Because Vanashram is only here, not there, not there. Because there is the results. The heavenly planet is a place of results. Yeah, so they go to heavenly planet. Exactly. Like the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, who execute their duty very, very nicely, they go to the heavenly planet. So it's a planet of results. Yeah. Yeah, you can have it, yeah. 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 Not pure goodness, they are goodness, but not pure goodness. Because they get affected by passion also.
There's no ashram also in there.
And of course, in the Mahaloka, you know, the planet of the rishis, everyone is performing meditation in the Mahaloka, Janaloka, all these in higher planet. Even the rishis, they only do meditation. But there's a complete bliss, totally bliss. It's a land of bliss. Much, much greater than the bliss of the heavenly planet. Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka. The bliss there is much, much unlimitedly greater than the bliss in heaven.
We heard that Brahma comes as Haridas Thakur is educated. Brahma comes as Haridas Thakur, right?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they say Haridas Thakur is Brahma, right? So they say Brahma. It can be both.
Other demigods also there. Is there any other demigods in Chaitanya?
Yes, so many, of course. Just like Murari Gupta. Murari Gupta was Anuma. There's so many, I mean, there is one book called Korakuna, but there are quite a bit of yes, so many. Just like Krishna Lila, all the Yadubams are the other demigods. All the Yadubams are the other demigods. Because the Lord told them, I'm coming. Yes, Shiva is. Yeah. So like that. Okay, thank you very much because you have some other duty to get ready for the Abhishek. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki, Shiva Mandev Mata ki.
So thank Prabhuji, Ishwar Prabhuji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mantra.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
And Prabhuji's class will be there at 11:30 a.m. for Vaman Dvadashi.